Hey guys, today I'm going to do a study on Exodus chapter 4. So let's get into it. Moses answered, "What if they would not believe me and would not obey me, but say, the Lord did not appear to you?" So this is in the context of the Lord appearing to Moses, like telling Moses that um Then the Lord said, I have resolved the misery of my people in Egypt, and have heard them crying out because of the oppressors. I know about their suffering, and I have come down to rescue them from the power of the Egyptians, and to bring them from the land to a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey, the territory of the Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. So because Israelites' cry for help has come to me, and I have also seen the way the Egyptians are oppressing them, therefore go, I am sending you to Pharaoh, so that you may lead my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt. So that is what the Lord God has told Moses to do. But then he was like, "What if they will not believe me and will not obey me, but say the Lord did not appear to you?" So Moses is like, "What if they don't? They say, oh, we don't believe you." The Lord asked him, "What is that in your hand?" "A staff," he replied. "Throw on the ground," he said. So Moses threw on the ground. It became a snake, and he ran from it. The Lord told Moses, "Stretch out your hand and grab by the tail." So he stretched out his hand and caught it. It became a staff in his hand. "This will take place," he continued, "so that they will believe that the Lord, the God of their ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has appeared to you." So after Moses was like, "What if they do not believe me?" The Lord, like, told him to throw down his staff, and then once he threw down the staff, it became a snake. And then he told Moses to pick it by its tail, and became a staff again. So then he said, "This will be the sign that will show that I have sent you." In addition, the Lord said to him, "Put your hand inside your clothes." So he put his hand inside his clothes, and when he took it out, his hand was diseased, resembling snow. "Put your hand back inside your coat," he said. So he put his hand back inside his coat, and when he took it out, it had become like the rest of his skin. If they would not believe you and would not respond to evidence of the first side, they may believe the evidence of the second. So then he did a second sign, which has him so like he put his hand into his coat, and then he took it out, and it was had some type skin disease resembling snow. But then once he put it back into his coat, then and took it out, then it became like clean again. It became normal again. So that was the second sign. "And if they do not believe even these two signs or listen to what you say, take some water from the Nile and pour on dry ground. The water you take from the Nile will become blood on the ground." So he said, "If they don't believe these two signs, then take the water from the Nile, pour on the ground, and it will become blood." But Moses cried to the Lord, "Please, Lord, I have never been eloquent either in the past or recently, or since you have been speaking to your servant, because my mouth and my tongue are sluggish." So Moses was like, I feel like that God has given all these signs, like have like shown that like show that he will be with him, and that he will be able to perform all these signs. Moses was like, probably a real reason why he was hesitant this whole time is that he can't speak that well. His like tongue is sluggish, and he's not good at speaking. The Lord said to him, "Who placed a mouth on humans? Who makes a person mute or deaf, seen or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now go, I will help you speak, and I will teach you what you to say." And the Lord was like, "I'm the one who makes a person like hard or person deaf or mute, seen or blind. Like, I will make you speak, and I will teach you what to say." Moses said, "Please, Lord, send someone else." But Moses is like, "No, I want someone else to do it for me." The Lord's burning anger burned against Moses, and he said, "Is not Aaron the Levite your brother? I know that he can speak well, and also he's on his way now to meet you. He will rejoice when he sees you. You will speak with him and tell him what to say. I will help both you and him to speak, and will teach you both what to do. He will speak to people for you. He will serve as a mouth for you, and you will serve as God to him. And take the staff in your hand that you will perform the signs with." So the Lord got angry with Moses because Moses was being stubborn, but then he was like, oh, like, Aaron is coming this way, your brother, and, like, I know that he can speak well, so, you will speak with him, and he will, and tell him what to say, and then, he will speak to the people for you, and then you will be, like, God to him, like, telling him what to do, and then this staff will be, what you, do the signs with. Then Moses went back to his father-in-law Jethro and said to him, "Please let me return to my relatives in Egypt and see if they are still living." Jethro said to Moses, "Go in peace." So Moses, first before he set out on his journey, he went to his father-in-law Jethro and would ask permission that he can go to Egypt. And then Jethro was like, "Yeah, you can go. Go in peace." Now in Midian, the Lord told Moses, "Return to Egypt, for all the men who wanted to kill you are dead." So Moses took his wife and his sons and put them on a donkey and returned to the land of Egypt. And Moses took God's staff in his hand. The Lord instructed Moses, "When you go back to Egypt, make sure you do before Pharaoh all the wonders I have put within your power. But I will harden his heart so he will not let his people go. And you will say to Pharaoh, 'This is what the Lord says, Israel is my firstborn son. I told you, I let my son go so that he may worship you, but he refused to let me go. Look, I'm about to kill your firstborn son.'" So the Lord told Moses that when you go back to Pharaoh, do all the signs, wonders that I told you to do, but he would still not let his people go. And then you would say that Israel is the Lord's firstborn son, and I told you to let my son go, so that he may worship me. But since you did not allow that, I'm gonna kill your firstborn son. So this is God already knew that Pharaoh was gonna deny him, and that he was going to have to kill his firstborn son to let his people go. So the Lord knows that's what's gonna take. On a trip at an overnight campsite, it happened that the Lord confronted him and intended to put him to death. So Zipporah took the flint, cut off her son's foreskin, threw it at Moses' feet, and said, "You are bridegroom blood to me." So he let him alone. At that time, she said, "You are bridegroom blood," referring to the circumcision. So on a trip, the Lord was trying to kill Moses because it says previously that the Lord's anger burned against Moses and said, so the Lord was angry at Moses, and when he said, "Is not Aaron the Levite your brother?" Now, I know that he can speak well, and this whole thing is kind of saying he's about to choose Aaron over Moses because Moses is being so stubborn that he's about to well, he's not saying directly, he's implying that he's gonna choose Aaron over Moses to speak for him and set his people free. And he says, especially when he says you would serve as God to him because you'll be like God to him because Aaron will actually do what I wanted you to do. So he told him this to be, and the Lord was angry. So there was gonna be almost the Lord was gonna kill Moses, but because so Zipporah did a circumcision of her son, and I said and I put it at Moses' feet, and then and the Lord left him alone, because it's kind of showing that the Lord needs some type of justice, some type of sacrifice, even though it's not a sacrifice. The son's not dead, but the son got Moses' son got circumcised, so it's kind of that there has to be something to appease God, because God is a just God, and Moses was being stubborn with the Lord even after he said all these things to show that he will be with him and that he will help him. Moses was still stubborn, so the Lord was going to kill him, unless something was done, and something was done, which was the circumcision of the son. Now the Lord had said to Aaron, "Go and meet Moses in the wilderness." So he went and met him at the mountain of God and kissed him. Moses told Aaron everything the Lord had sent him to say, and about all the signs he had commanded him to do. Then Moses and Aaron went and assembled all the elders of the Israelites. Aaron repeated everything the Lord had said to Moses, and performed the sign, and the Lord had said to Moses, perform the signs before the people. The people believed, and when they heard that the Lord had paid attention to them, and that he had seen their misery, they knelt low and worshiped. So the Lord told Aaron, go and meet Moses in the wilderness. And then Moses told Aaron everything that the Lord wanted him to do, so that Aaron would be able to say it. And then Moses and Aaron, they went to the elders, and to repeat everything the Lord had said to Moses, and perform the signs before the people. And the elders of Israel people believe, and they worship the Lord, and yeah. So the elders of Israel believe, just like the Lord said in the previous chapter. Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Go and assemble the elders of Israel and say to them, the Lord, the God of your ancestor, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has appealed to me and said, I have paid close attention to you and to do what has been done to you in Egypt. And I promise to you that I will bring you up from the misery of Egypt to the land of Canaanites, Hivites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jezebelites, a land flowing with milk and honey. They will listen to what you say. Then you alone, the elders of Israel, must go to the king of Egypt and say to him, Lord, the God of Hebrews has met with us. Now please us to go on a 3-day trip into the wilderness so that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. So the Lord correctly predicted that the elders of Israel would believe him. And believe Moses and Aaron. Because the Lord knows all that's going to happen. And yeah. So this is Exodus. This is a study of Exodus chapter 4. So if any experienced Christian sees this and I said something wrong, please correct me. And if you like this video, like it. And if you think I'm doing something good, subscribe. And I will see you the next day if the Lord wills. Bye.